Oh shoot, I didn't do this part yet. Okay, I'm not starting Audacity yet.
Mm. Then we got to do the countdown anyway. Just ideally, although if I can sync up the OBS audio with Audacity audio, it'll be a non-issue anyway. But still, ideally, counting down would help.
Oh shoot, yeah, we're gonna have to count down on the podcast. It is what it is. This ain't no. We're just shooting the breeze right now.
Yeah.
Breeze.
And I
We
think we'll
don't.
probably have to do it the other way around.
This could have been the
Oh,
other
hey,
way around.
hey, look, Loxus is underscore TV's live. I wonder what he's going to be playing today. Oh, it's
um.
just a podcast.
Oh
Whatever.
my god. All right. Three, two, one, go.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to the P4FX News and Discussion Podcast. I am your host, Loxus under Lox. Wait, oh no. All right, rewind. That doesn't count. All right, this is the Lox X DT4 Generation Podcast.
I'm the coolest.
And this is your host, Loxus underscore TV, and the other side of the X,
I'm the coolest. DT4.
DT4 on the other end there. But no. All right, all jokes aside though, welcome in. This is another kind of like off kilter podcast thing. We still haven't really gotten this whole thing back together yet necessarily. So this is just we just here shooting the breeze. No clouds. Shout out to Breeze in the Clouds. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about a bunch of different topics from Power World to Sonic X, Shadow Generations to the Switch 2 rumors, and I guess anything else in between. So buckle up, get your sweets, get your popcorn and whatever you need, and yeah. But first, I guess we can briefly talk about what we've been up to and how we've been real quick. What you got?
Okay, so it's things have still been busy since I've returned from Australia, but it's been like 3.5 months, so there's not really any excuses at this point. But just word to the wise for anyone who's ever has done, or will ever do art commissions. Keep the numbers low as far as work goes. If you're fortunate enough to even get that much work, so that you don't get overwhelmed, so you don't get hit with burnout, so that you don't take forever to actually do that kind of stuff. So
All that
lesson
stuff is
there.
real. So
It's yeah. I mean, again, I'm kind of like doing like a humble brag in a way, because it's like if you're ever fortunate enough to get that many commissions, like other people will say, like, I'm even lucky if I could even get one. So, be responsible if you can. Don't be that artist that says yes to work or takes the money and then drags your feet to get work done. Lesson learned there. All right, so that's one thing done. Followed up on a lot of commissions. Second thing is, as far as fitness goes, I'm still trending downwards. I don't really want to say what the number is on air.
Wait.
But
Hold on real quick. Sorry. So you mean trending downwards, like in a good way, like you're trending, like your weight's going down?
yeah, the weight's going down.
Okay, got you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give any specific numbers, and I've also kind of like in previous years I've been like, hey, I'm doing this thing and I'm at like 290 something and now 294, and like, but instead, and every time I do that I always kind of fall off. So like my New Year's resolution this year is like kind of do the cool thing first and then like show off the results after. Like maybe I'll peel back the curtain a little bit, but I'm not going to be doing like the play-by-play this time around. So the long story short so far is that I'm down plus 30 pounds at least.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah.
okay, man. Keep it moving. I love it. I liking the sound of that. I see you.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Don't hurt him.
And I'm trying not to hurt myself.
Oh no.
Like literally
Don't hurt me
putting
either.
in, like it feels like I'm doing like an anime training arc where like I'm putting in almost 2 hours of walking per day on average.
Oh wow. Damn, 2 hours?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like driving myself crazy. It's roughly 3+ miles per hour for 1 hour.
Mhm.
And then I do an hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. So that's the general plan. Sometimes I'll do more, but it's usually like a minimum of 1 hour in a day. And if I can do 2 hours spread across the day, then I'll go for that. But obviously they say, you can't outrun a bad diet. So I've been measuring stuff as well and sticking to like about 2,500 calories per day and like burning about up to 4,000 calories per day, give or take a couple hundred. So that creates a huge deficit, which allows me to lose much faster than if I was to just do like a net difference of 200 or 100.
This
So,
dude's really out here min-maxing weight gain and loss.
it really is kind of gamifying it a little bit, because they often say like calories in, calories out. It's important to measure. So like I'm kind of doing that whole entire rigmarole, but not the rigmarole,
Not the
but
rigor.
but yeah. So that's a long story short. Things are working. I'm approaching was it a plateau slash hurdle that I've always struggled to get past, but I think I'm finally of the mindset now to get through that. So I'll keep you updated in the next, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months or so.
Okay. I'm proud of your progression so far, man. If you keep that up, man, you might be looking like you did back in high school again.
Yeah. Although I wish I did measure more often back then to know, like, to be aware of how much I weighed at the time. Because by the
Right.
time I started, I was like 260,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like 2014. So, I'm just kind of basing off of like what's the lowest measured weight of my adult life that I can recall. And I believe the lowest I've ever been was 260 as of recording, but not like knowing how high or low I was before then. So that's the whole entire thing. It's working. I'll keep you posted on any updates later.
Okay.
All right. So then the last thing is that around the end of last year, they said that One Piece has been the anime slash manga One Piece has been approaching its final arc, and even though it's approaching its final arc, that's still about like 3 to 5 plus years to go as far as a story goes. So I've been deciding to myself that like, man, I really want to catch up to One Piece in order to like enjoy the ending with a lot of other people. Because for as far as like my circle of friends go, I've kind of been the resident One Piece guy. But even despite saying that, I really haven't been keeping up as much as I would care to admit. And there's a lot of blind spots for me. Like, there's certain character meetups I didn't remember. There's certain character interactions I didn't remember. So, like, in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm going to read the entire manga from the very beginning and catch up. And then I realized I hate reading some mangas sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. Because, like, no offense to manga readers, if you can put yourself in that mind, if you can, I'm not going to be mean. I'm just saying, if you can put yourself in that mindset in order to read things in black and white, then like by all means, more power to you. But for me, like as growing up on anime, I love animation. I love the colors. I love the music. I love not having to try to figure out what I'm looking at sometimes, because One Piece pages can get pretty dense sometimes.
I can be a little dense sometimes too.
I mean, yeah, but you've gotten better over the years.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot.
In fact, your genius has even surpassed mine.
There's no way.
Wait, see, I'll even prove to the audience. CJ, 2 + 2, 2 + 2. What does that equal?
Fish.
All right. Well, that was just a test to see, like, to give all the people the wrong answers.
That wasn't the answer.
No. Of course, you know that wasn't the answer. So let's try this again. Just give it a second shot.
Okay.
So now, 2 + 2.
4.
Yeah. Wow. Gee. Oh man. He's dang. He's good.
But continue.
All right. So the One Piece. So I'm watching the anime, and the downside with trying to watch the anime is that one, it is long. You're talking about roughly 22 episodes, not even counting the opening or recaps. And then there are unfortunately some fillers where like there's some sets of episodes that will just go and not really go anywhere, where you're better off skipping in order to catch up with the story. But the thing about One Piece compared to a lot of other shows is that it's about the journey, not the destination. So I'm committing to the fact that I'm also going to include as much filler as I can consider. But I did get through my first bit of filler that just like was kind of painful. Only because like in the back of my mind, I understood that, wow, this does not matter. Like just quick reference check to it that like the first filler had to do with dragons, but down like hundreds of chapters later, like in the real chapters, they were saying like, wow, I've never seen a dragon before, which just undercuts this entire filler arc in the beginning. But it is what it is. And what's keeping me sane as far as watching these episodes is that I'm doing it while walking on the treadmill or doing commission work. Basically, it's kind of in the background where I can like pay half attention to it without like paying direct attention to it. Because if I had to watch everything directly, I would probably go insane. But because I'm kind of half paying attention to it while like, stopping for all the important stuff, but then carrying on when they're just doing little gags and stuff, I can say I'm watching all the episodes without literally sitting still to watch all the episodes. So within about 2 weeks, I'm at episode 71, I think, out of 1,000, I think almost
Ah, that
1,880.
number, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, I'm actually having a good time.
You had to just
And
forget how long the anime is and just watch that junk, man.
yeah, I mean, you can kind of be aware of it because I think the thing is that like for some people, and I was in the mindset too, that the main thing is that some people want to consume information but not really enjoy the ride. They want to know everything they know so that they can be caught up. When the real way to enjoy this stuff is to just literally sit back and enjoy the show. Where like when you start out in the East Blue, enjoy the East Blue, enjoy the character interactions, enjoy that stuff. And then when they cross the Grand Line, like this is a big moment for them. Enjoy that they finally made it to the Grand Line. And as they're progressing through, it's better to do that rather than try to like consume everything in so condensely, even though they do have certain ways to do so. But I decided for myself to watch every episode, or at least as many episodes as possible. For anyone else who wants to be a wussy baby about it, they do have abridged. That's right, I said it. Why you booing? I'm right. But they do have abridged like movies and specials that fills you in on like the most important stuff so that you can catch up faster. Like they do have like a East Blue special, a Grand Line entrance special, a Drum Island special, the introduction of Chopper, Robin, so on and so forth, so that like you don't get to, it's like basically an abridged version without like the cringy comedy essentially. So if watching all 1,000 plus episodes scares you, there's other ways to consume the information. You're just gonna miss out on like the nuance of it for the most part.
No, that's very true.
And then the very, very last thing is that part of the reason why I also wanted to start from the beginning was because when I watched the One Piece live action last year, or was it earlier this year? I think it was last year. I was genuinely curious about like, wait, they changed things here, but what did they change? Or like, do they skip things? Do they adjust things? And like, turns out that they kind of covered a lot of the same plot points. They just kind of moved things forward because in live action, you only have so much time with people scheduling, props, budget versus animation where you have like, you can pretty much do anything as long as you got the money. So One Piece. I'll keep you guys posted on how far I get, but currently scurvy.
Currently.
71 episodes and counting, but I'm having a good time. Have no plans on stopping as long as I can use it to fill up other time as I'm working on other stuff. And that covers most of the main things I've been up to. So now, what about you, Loxus?
Well, first I want to say good luck on your journey. Hopefully you aren't taking over forever from it. And I think One Piece is a very good kind of anime to watch over time. And like, you know, whenever you run out of things to watch, it'll always kind of be there for you. So I think in that way, I think it's really nice. Oh, real quick, Alexander Smith, welcome to the podcast on the live chat here over on the Twitch side. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know if the audio is good, by the way. We can adjust. Hopefully DT4 can be heard really well, and me too. So, but yeah. What have I been up to, man? I've been playing the absolute heck out of one of the main topics we're gonna be talking about here, and that's Power World. We'll get into that in a second. Playing the absolute mess out that game. I owned it over on the Xbox Pass version, but now I'm able to play it over on Steam. Because a friend of mine bought it for me. Well, my bro bought it for me. Outside of that, I actually just bought Naruto Shinobi Strikers. It's on sale for like $5. Well, $6 with tax. And I haven't really done much in it besides make my Shinobi. So I made like a Cloud Ninja girl. So we're gonna see how that goes. I've been hearing mixed reviews about that game, but Steam says it's mostly positive or very positive, and I got a friend that loves it. I have friends that hate it, so we're just gonna have to see. Outside of that, I've been playing River City Girls 2. I'm at the end of that. I've been playing that with Super J. I bought Under Night and Birth. I've been playing that off stream because the network on that game is just terrible on the PC. It's so bad. Like on release, there was like the game was crashing a lot. Matches weren't going through. The pings were inaccurate. It was a mess, and it still kind of is. I'm still getting disconnected here and there. I think a lot of people just kind of opt to just play the console version, which I would even recommend, at least until they really fix things up here. outside of that, I think that's honestly it for me. Those have been the main games I've been playing. Oh, and I tried out the Mario versus Donkey Kong demo. Oh my gosh. Oh, it looks so good. Oh man. If y'all have not seen Mario versus Donkey Kong, like that game, you can play it right now and play the demo. That was a really big childhood game for me. I played the absolute hell out of that game as a kid. And I was so happy to play it, and it looks so good. This is I think the best looking Mario game out. I said it. Even like graphically.
Yeah.
If you disagree with me, feel free to comment below on YouTube. You know, slander me if you know. Don't slander me. Be nice, or I'll get you. But no, seriously though, the game looks so good. Oh man, it looks so beautiful. Mario looks so good in that. I can't wait to see the next 3D Mario game. If that game looks like that in some little 2D remake, but dude, that game looks so good. Have you tried it yet?
Oh yeah, I did try. I downloaded it last night and gave it a shot. And like the reason why I was saying Cap isn't to like necessarily insult your opinion, because I think it does look really, really good. It looks really, really polished. Part of me kind of feels like it's the Mario Odyssey model, like for that game. What's the best way to put it? That like I think it again, it looks really, really polished, but I think like it follows the GBA animations so closely to a T that like it feels janky, but in the right way.
No, I understand that only, and I'm not gonna harp on this too long because we want to get our topics. But I agree with you because it was throwing me off because the game looks like I should be moving a lot more smoothly than I am. But like you said, it literally has the exact same animations and flow of the Game Boy Advance one. So it feels really stiff a little bit if you're not like, but you know, I played the original years ago, so I just had to put myself back in that mindset. After I did that, I was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. It comes out what, the 16th? I can't remember. I think it's 16th. Let me see. Mario versus Mario X Donkey Kong Generation.
That's the day the Sora amiibo comes out, and then my journey will be complete with Smash Brothers amiibo until they announce Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe for the Switch 2 in like 6 months.
Oh gosh. And yeah, that's coming out. Wow, that is so cool that this game came out in 2004. We're getting it in 2024. That's pretty neat. Let's see, but I'm trying to see the date. It came out in May. Back then. I'm trying to find it on here. Okay, there we go. 16th. This is the 16th of this month. So, yeah, I'll be getting that for sure. So, and I'll be streaming that over on Twitch probably. So.
Oh, shoot. I will say the music is actually really, really good though. Like I love that they did upgrade the music. Like where they were kind of using MIDI back in the GBA, but it's very like they use actual orchestrated stuff this time around.
Facts. Dude, that game looks so good. Oh my, not game, sorry. The music's so good. Holy crap, the music's so good. 100% agree. I was like, yo, this is beautiful, man. Alexander Smith, thank you for the resub over on my stream. I appreciate everybody that's in here live, by the way. RC saying the demo looked really good and the animations from Mario entering the door. Yeah, I really like that. I like the details they've been putting into these games as of late and stuff. And Alexander Smith says we sound fine, so that's good.
And the last thing regarding this Mario versus Donkey Kong thing is that it's a big deal because over the past, like, I don't know how many years, immediately after the first Mario Donkey Kong, it then became Lemmings. And that's when the series, I feel like, just wasn't as fun as it used to be. Like, it was cool being Mario playing these puzzles, not trying to direct these Mario toys. Like, again, Lemmings. So, hopefully this sells well to encourage them to do more Mario vs. Donkey Kong Classic versus what Mario vs. Donkey Kong became.
Yeah, I hope so too, honestly. And yeah, I'm hoping maybe we get a new one after this that expands. Like, I hope that we get as much content as we got from the original DK89 or whatever. I think it was 89.
94.
I think. I just
that
made up a random number. Huh?
That would be the next cool thing, is if they did DLC for Donkey Kong 94. Because like that just seemed like the next smart move. Like they have the models, they have the assets, And like Mario vs. Donkey Kong was basically a follow-up slash sequel to Donkey Kong 94. So why not make that the next step?
That's true. Why not? But yes, but we are. But yeah, we are mildly, I won't say short on time per se, but kind of yes. So we'll get into the main topic for now. And one of the main topics is Power World. All right, so DT4, you have not played Power World as of yet, correct?
And I don't need to because no, I have.
Dang.
So as a resident Power World, what is it?
Appreciator?
Professional Loxus.
Oh,
no, professional.
Okay.
No. You're the genius slash professional here who knows everything about the series by now.
Whoa, now let's relax. Let's calm that down just a little bit. But yes, so Power World. Man, this game is game's a trip. You know, you get to make your, okay. So for me, right, I happened to get the game because it was on sale for it was on Game Pass, which I have Discord Nitro, so I got like a 3-month free pass. Like, I'll try it out. I don't want to have to pay money for it. I thought it was gonna be this super janky game. I wasn't expecting much out of it. Everyone's talking about Pokemon with guns and whatnot. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I turn it on and I'm greeted with the picture that you guys should be seeing here live. I decided not to do the video clip because that jump was too much work. So so actually there's probably a trailer somewhere for it. But while I'm looking for that, I'll say that yes, Power World is a very fun and very addicting game. And it's more than just a Pokemon clone, as people call it. It actually got a lot of assets from other things too, like Breath of the Wild. There's stuff from other survival hunt games and stuff like that. A lot of people are afraid to get into it because of the hunting slash I guess survival aspect of the game, but it's actually very, 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 very easy to get into, because I never played a survival game in my life, and outside of maybe Minecraft for like an hour. But I'll say that like I played that game, and like when I played Power Wars, it was very easy to get into. Like the tutorial literally makes you have to do like the beginning steps, like all the way up until, you don't have to do tutorial, but you want a lot of experience, you do it all. By the time you're done with the tutorial, you would have made your base, you would have caught a couple pals, you would have set up a couple things, and then you would basically have everything you need to basically know how to survive. And after a while, the pals basically automate everything for you, so you don't really have to do much, fortunately. So yeah, it's very, very interesting, honestly. Hold on real quick. There we go. Sorry, I was clicking on something. But yes, so basically yes, the gameplay is actually pretty dang solid. Like, of course there's glitches and things like that, but far less than Scarlet and Violet. It's actually insane. This game is way more smooth of a gameplay than Scarlet and Violet, like all the way through. And it's very, very funny, honestly, just looking at it in that way. Yeah, so do you have anything to say about it so far past that point?
You heard me go on my small little rants a couple days ago, but yeah, the discourse, my only understanding of the game for the most part is the discourse, but I did look into like, why people find it enjoyable, why people find it fun, and like what you were saying is kind of like what other people are saying too. Like, they like the survival aspect. It's more than just Pokemon with guns. It looks good, it plays nice and stuff. So like, I think part of me just kind of hopes that, like, I hope this is the game that actually like kind of sticks around for a little bit, and that it's in early access still. So like, hopefully the developers also continue to give it proper support. Part of the reason why I'm a little bit cynical is because, like, looking at some of the, I'm not sure if they're called interviews or if they're just like blogs from the CEO of the company. I don't put the most faith in him like keeping this game alive and fun, unless like he's kind of like that business developer savant and not just a tech CEO, bro, basically. Because like, there's some people who are very passionate about games like the artistry of it. Then there's some people who like knows what sells and knows how to sell it. And that's what this guy seemed like up front. The concern is that like, well, this game took off, they're getting money for it now. Will they keep the momentum going, or will they just kind of like let things trickle out and then just move on to the next thing to sell? And that's not inherently a bad thing, because you know that's just business, free market, gaming, entertainment, consume products, so on and so forth. But like for people praising this as like, here's what Game Freak should be looking at, this is what I always wanted Pokemon games to be, etc., etc. You know, I'm hoping it doesn't wind up being another Yokai Watch or another Temtem, or Cassette Beats was kind of what its own thing. But like, you know, if it's going to be one of these monster collecting games that makes waves, hopefully it continues to do so and doesn't trickle out like the past 50 other games and franchises. That's like my own real take on it. I'm not like upset about the whole, you know, it looks a little bit suspiciously close to other Pokemon kind of thing. It is what it is what it is at this point. And like the fact that Game Freak / Nintendo / the Pokemon Company hasn't gone after them yet is kind of a good sign that they're probably in the clear.
Potentially. I know there's a lot of talk about Nintendo making a post saying that they are aware of what's going on and they're looking at things, but nothing directly like we're going to get them soon kind of thing. And I guess they didn't have to per se, but I feel like they kind of needed to say something because everyone was going out of their way to like be like, hey Nintendo, like you might want to take a look at this. People are doing a thing, you know. So and they're like almost any new post they post, they're like powered all over the place. So it's just it's insane. But I am loving this era that we're in, where people are taking these franchises that these mainline companies are taking for granted and expanding on them and like making them like even better, I guess. Like Pokemon, man, dude. Like these Pokemon games have been so lazy, dude, and just kind of cookie cutter. I'm just gonna keep it $1.55 and some change. Very cookie cutter and very, very whack, honestly, recently. And I'm really, really glad that I'm not gonna say whack because they're still fun. Scarlet and Violet's fun, but it's like I feel like we needed something that could be any type of competition. Even though I don't think that was their plan, was to be competition. I think originally just probably wanted to make a fun little game. They're probably fans of Pokemon and loved Arceus because this game's more closer to Arceus than any other game, any other Pokemon game. This isn't like a traditional Pokemon game at all. It's more like, it reminds me of Digimon too in a lot of ways. By the way, I'm looking at this trailer and like I see them fusing them together. I don't have that yet, or maybe it's not in the actual game because this trailer is pretty old. The trailer's like a year old, so I don't know if it's like things have changed or whatever. But anyways, yes. So the amount of things you can do in this game is just crazy, dude. There's just so much you can do. And like you said, I don't know if this is gonna be a one and done thing for this company. Maybe this end up being like Genshin Impact, where it just keeps getting updates and new maps and shit over time, and they just keep this alive like Genshin. This just be the only thing they make, or I don't know, because like I said, I don't even think they were expecting this game to blow up like it did. To me, I don't see that, but this game still feels very experimental when I'm playing it. And
I mean, again, it's still in early access.
That's true. You're still in early access, but
I know. I mean, I'm only 33. I mean, the real 1.0 doesn't come out till I hit like 45. And I'm in like that's a 2.0 where I'm in midlife crisis.
There you have it. But I was gonna say that I will say that I did, like I said, if you have this game over on Game Pass, if you have Game Pass, you want to try this game out, it's free on there. If you have it on Steam, it's like $30. There is a way that you can actually bring your save file over from Game Pass over to Steam, but you have to run an executable on your PC. That's what I did. So now I can completely play over on Steam now. I have a friend of mine that hosted a server. You can actually host a server on your computer, so that way you and your friends can play simultaneously. Not simultaneously, basically like they can play and progress even when you're not in. If you don't do that, then you have to host games, basically. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading the chat just now. Wait, so you said it's the breeding, you get it? Oh, so I had to breed them. Okay. I actually have that. Yeah, they have breeding on there. Yeah, so you can actually unlock. So you unlock technology, quote unquote, as you go through the game, but you can set up in your base so that way they do stuff. I thought breeding was literally just you put the two things together to make an egg, but that's how you fuse them. I'm about to go ahead and craft that because I'm level 28 right now, going on 29. So, but yeah, so SSD Pro says Pokemon copied Dragon Quest monsters. That's why. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about that too. And what's up, Dolphin Chick? Welcome to the podcast. But yes, so all that aside, Power World's fun game. I say just try it out if you have a Game Pass for free. If you got $30 and you want to check it out, play it. If you had a lot of fun with Pokemon Arceus, you're going to absolutely love this game. I'm telling you are. Do not be afraid to play it just because people are talking shit about it. Outside the gameplay. Do not be afraid to play it. Because you see the survival aspects, because it's really fun. It's really this game might have made me want to actually try out some survival games now. Actually, feels like maybe like a good entry point to them or something. So
yeah, there's definitely good ones out there. Like, well, Minecraft is like the go-to, and Terraria is also pretty well known. But that's just 2D Minecraft, basically. Not like 1-to-1, but that's like the comparison people would say.
Okay, got you. But yeah, was there anything else about Power Wars you wanted to say? Or
the last thing about my rant is that I think in hindsight, the big test will be franchising, because that's always a code that not a lot of devs / creators have cracked, is that it's not just about making the quote unquote better Pokemon game, unquote, but that like giving people something to latch onto after they put down the controller. And I think maybe that's what I generally wish to see from any of these other competitors, whether they're in direct competition or not. Like in the same way about like, I'll remember those old Saturday morning and like Friday, like weekday morning anime we used to watch, Metabots, Beyblade, Digimon, and all the other stuff. I think part of their staying power is because they had toys, manga, anime, and everything else in between. Even if you didn't play the video games, the card games as well. So I think what could give Power World an advantage to like have some staying power is to like sell merchandise or be like a multimedia project with like, if they're making this much money, like they need to invest it in a certain way that keeps Power World in the conversation after like people eventually like, kind of have their fill for the time being. But that's assuming they even want to shoot for that. Because maybe they just want to have a simple, fun, successful game, and that's it, and that's fine. And that's the end of my whole entire rant. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
But no. I mean, you made some pretty good points there. But I will say that it looks like they actually have merchandise out already. So yeah, they got merchandise. Somebody. Excuse me. Although somebody's podcast and they talked, I think they got plushies or something. I can't remember, but I mean, yeah. So I don't really know how far they're trying to push this thing. I would assume with it selling over 10 million copies, I think I heard, like that's absolutely ridiculous. It's the most, I think as of right now, it's the most sold game, I think on launch or whatever that thing was ever on Steam or whatever, which is absolutely bonkers. But it makes so much sense only because when you think about it, the Switch Nintendo's been the only ones that ever had a game like this, right? Well, I mean, like Pokemon. So if you want to play Pokemon, you'd have to get a Switch. You have to get a Nintendo console. Now, people who has Xbox or people who have a PC can now have an experience similar to Pokemon, not exactly the same, but similar to Pokemon. They can have the catching and raising aspect of it without having to pay $60 or having to get a whole nother console to do that. And I think in that respect, I think that's really nice. Because I've always wished I could play Pokemon on my PC or, other people can experience the game, so I think that's really nice. Yeah. In the same way that like how we always had Mario as a platformer and Sega had Sonic, eventually we had like Jak and Daxter and a bunch of other platformers and, Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. So people on other consoles can experience that fun. So.
Boy, I'm not going to today, but that goes into my whole frustrations as far as longevity goes. Mm-hmm. Like, because, all these cool franchises exist, but the companies that own them eventually stop pushing them once, like, the fad wears off. Like we did get Crash 4, but like we thought like, oh, Crash 5 or Spyro 4 will be around the corner eventually. But then they made Crash Team Rumble. And that game it's as good as it may be, like it just was doomed to fail because goddamn games as a service, you had to pay for that games as a service. It's like a MOBA basically, like, and then there's just so much I want to say about that kind of stuff, but I won't get into it today because we're still short on time right now.
Right. We will most certainly we'll let you vent in the next podcast, hopefully next week.
Video games.
But yes, Alexander Smith, and we're gonna change subjects in a second here, but before I change subjects to the next big topic too, we got Alexander Smith says, I hate when people use the world copy for situations like this. They did not copy one another. They use the concepts as inspirations. And yes, Akira Toriyama's monster designs were inspiration for a lot of Pokemon. And I agree. Now, there are there's quite a few monsters in this game that are like very almost identical to Pokemon in some ways. However, I will say that that's very few and far between. There's so many monsters on here that don't look a damn thing like a Pokemon. Again, I think if anything, a lot of these creatures remind me of Digimon, actually, but that's just me. But yeah, like this game was definitely inspired, but it didn't copy. It's the same debate with Genshin Impact versus Zelda Breath of the Wild, and look how much of a self-identification, I guess, I don't know if I'm saying even wording this correctly, but okay, Genshin Impact was able to separate itself and have its own identity now. But when it first came out, everybody was like, oh, it's just an anime Breath of the Wild clone. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
The best way to compare a Breath of the Wild clone is how fast the speed run from open world to pull out the paraglider when they jump off a cliff. And the thing is that something that functions like a paraglider isn't the problem. It's when they pull out specifically a paraglider, in my opinion.
Well, and there you have it. Yeah, and this game happens to have a paraglider too. So, but you can.
I mean, it's what it is at this point. It's just funny when it happens.
And there you have it. Welcome to the stream, Pixelated Cake. Welcome in, and yes, this is Black History Month, so shout outs to all the black folk get buffs, so including me. So I'm now Super Loxus. I get a passive buff this month.
And I'm a Turbo Foe.
Turbo Foe. Turbo Foe. But yes, yes, we are both black. So yeah, respect us. No, I'm kidding, but not really. But
it's a celebration for Black History Month, the shortest month of the year.
Oh no! All right,
quoting Oscar Proud from Proud Family.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say yeah, or it could be normal depending on the year. You know, leap year.
It's literally even in a leap year, it's the shortest month of the year.
That's true, but we'll get into that on another time. Next up, we got a pretty good announcement here. For some people, it was random and out of nowhere. For others like me, that's been on Twitter or X, whatever. We've seen this. Twitter. So we've seen that, like that meme where the two guys are talking before they go off the cliff on Emperor's New Groove. But yeah, Twitter. But yes, but anyways, Sonic X Shadow. This game was announced yesterday during the PlayStation State of Play. And even though I already knew about this game because it was leaked like for like the past it's been a while since this shit's been leaked, man. I thought it was kind of BS at first, like when they were leaking it, because I'm just like, they're gonna make a Sonic Generations. They're gonna remaster a game we already have on PC already and on Steam.
Only PC.
I mean, it's on. You can get it on Xbox and PS4, can't you?
You can technically get it on Xbox. It's not technically. I don't think PlayStation 4 does emulation.
Oh wait.
Emulation.
Okay, wait. It was only on it was on PS3. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So, and we're now on PS5 and Xbox. Okay, so I guess that makes sense to kind of port it for the console people too. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess only Steam. Okay, so I guess that makes sense then, because a lot of people was like, "Why are we getting Generations again? We already have it. And I don't want to do all this shit and just." But I'm like, yeah. But now that you said that, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's about as like redundant, I guess, as having a Mario 3D World on the Switch. But Like, okay, so a lot of people were wondering kind of, well, let me change the topic too. A lot of people were kind of wondering what, how is Shadow going to be integrated into this game, right? Like, is it gonna be like, and we can talk more about this next week when we play too in more detail, maybe if we have more to say. But I heard that not heard, well, basically apparently that the synopsis got leaked too, or it's on Steam or whatever, and like apparently is like Shadow is basically having like the dark whatever Doomsday, whatever this thing is called, Black Doom. Does he get celebrated this month too? It's like Black Doom.
We finally defeated those disgusting black creatures.
All right, yeah, we're done. We're done. All right, guys. I appreciate the podcast. All right, but anyways, so wait, and Shadow's thing got revealed. Okay, no, all right, I'm done. And he's black. Okay, but no, all right. But anyways, I was gonna say that. All right, I'm done being stupid. All right. So I lost my train of thought because that damn you ADHD. Okay, all right. I tell too many jokes. Okay, all right. All right, I'm back to normal. So, because I was cooking for a second. All right, so Shadow faces Black Doom, and Black Doom, he essentially is something crap happened, and Shadow has to go back in the past to fight all of his nemesis and all this stuff, and all. That's why you see him on the arc, and that's why you see him fighting B.O. Lizard. Shout out to B.O. We can bring back the B.O. Lizard meme. He's back, DT4. But yeah, so yeah, it's an inside joke between me and DT4. But yeah, B.O. Lizard's back, Bio Lizard, whatever. We call him B.O. Lizard. But yes, and does he have eyes? Like he has eyes in his trailer. But anyway, so all of that happens, and you're gonna be. It sounds like to me, it's gonna be more like Mario 3D World and then Bowser's Fury kind of thing, where it's like you have 3D World with enhancements, you play that, and then you got a whole nother game in the Wrath of Bowser, based Bowser's Fury. So on this game, I'm thinking you're gonna have Sonic Generations. It's probably gonna be HD, probably some stuff to make it more modern-ish, whatever. And then you're gonna have a whole nother mode with the Shadow thing, and it's gonna be dedicated to him. That's what I think. I don't think we're gonna see a classic Shadow unless it's some DLC. Maybe they'll throw that in there to be cute. I don't think we're gonna see Shadow running around the Sonic stages. Maybe you can do that after you beat this and unlock it. I can't. Sonic Team's been doing some stuff in these latest Sonic games, so I can't rule that out. But I predict
there's gonna be a Shadow costume. There's gonna be a Shadow costume in Sonic Superstars. They announced that around the same time.
Wait, really?
They didn't say how it was gonna work, but I know they announced it.
Wait a minute, what? Really? Yeah. There's a Shadow costume? Wait, you said costume?
Yes, costume. They didn't explain how it was gonna work.
I'm gonna look that up. Wow. Okay, but yeah, so I'm done rambling. I went really fast because of the time thing, but you go.
And Sonic.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. I just sent the link to you via Discord.
Oh, all right. Man. So I'm one of the few people on this planet that actually kind of enjoyed Superstar, but go ahead.
That makes one of us.
Stop it.
But so you kind of went into things that I didn't even think about as far as this whole Sonic X Shadow Generations thing. I was thinking, like, I wonder if they're going to try to integrate the story, because a lot of people say that, like, I don't want to say a lot of people say, some of the consensus is that, like, Generations' original story was kind of bare bones. So, like, having a much more in-depth story and, like, interaction with Shadow would kind of make things a lot more interesting. But Sega being Sega, it would just make sense that they're just putting two packages together at once. And I'd be okay with that. What I'm more hoping for is that Sonic Generations will get some quality of life improvements. Like, ideally allow us to get to the main stages or acts faster, and maybe a few less mini games to, like, buff out the playtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, that's just basically like the bare minimum I'm kind of hoping for. I wouldn't mind if, I think my other complaint, well, let me finish the first thought. Basic quality of life improvements is all I really want to see. Don't make it any worse than Sonic Colors Ultimate, and, like, I think we'll be good to go. The only thing I find frustrating about this announcement is that we're not in, like, a keynote celebration year for Sonic. Like, usually these cool things happen around, like, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, the 25th anniversary. But we passed, well, this would have been cooler during the 25th anniversary, but it's just kind of another year. But Sonic Generation specifically came out, I think, for Sonic's 15th anniversary. 'Cause that was like forever ago.
It was definitely during
So-
an anniversary, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why this announcement feels weird, because like this should be a celebration game, but instead it's just kind of like another game for another year, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like it just would have been nice, basically. But this game will live or die depending on who's behind development and if they got the time to develop this game, because that's what harmed Sonic Colors ultimately, for lack of a better word. It's just like Blind Squirrel, try as they may have, would just put on a short schedule with Sega. Same thing for Sonic, what's that? The Classic Collection, Sonic Origins Collection. They did their best, but they just didn't have all the time they really needed to. So hopefully Sega's learned their lesson, especially after Sonic Frontiers, and this will be like the remake that won't have people go, you might as well play the original. Or the emulated version of the original.
Yeah, I hope not too. And like you said, I'm kind of cautiously optimistic, only because they use the Sonic Generations.
It's a good game.
Well, that, and I was gonna say they're using the Sonic Generations thing to drag people in, and they did that with Forces. I got a migraine. And then
Last thing. The smartest move to do, which they will not do because it's Sega, is to include the 3DS stages. Like, do HD remakes of those as well. Keep them 2D. Don't care. Just do it.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude. No, they should. No. They should just remake them shits, man. Dude, that'd be hot.
Takes work.
And worth
That's
it.
why I don't want to get my hopes up.
But they did the shadow thing. That took work.
Yeah, of course it did. But that's like other work that they don't have to like. It's Sega's weird, basically.
They are weird. And I guess they'd have to do the. Here's what's interesting. So I'm wondering, by going back to Generations, will they? Because the boost levels in a lot of these Sonic games have not been the best. Like, not the best. It's been very different. It seems like they haven't been able to capture that Sonic Generations kind of like feeling of movement since way back then. So I'm really hoping that maybe from them working on this game, like I'm wondering how Shadow's gonna feel. Is he gonna feel like Generation Sonic, or is he gonna feel like the Sonic Frontiers modern stage, not modern stage, like boost stage thingy? Because I'm seeing segments like when you're fighting BioLizard where you actually kind of have to move around, like not in a linear way. So like I wonder, they're probably gonna take assets from Frontiers for that, where you gotta play in like these more 3D type of things and not just going forward corridor like. But long and short of it, that would be so cool they did that, man. That'll make it so worth it, dude. That'll change my entire perspective on this Generations thing and having to do the same thing over again and just slap a shadow in it kind of thing. That would change it all. Like I tell people before, just saying, oh, it's just Sonic Generations again. Let's wait and see what they do, because we thought the same thing about Mario 3D World, and they added a lot of things to that game to make it worth it. So let's just see. We'll just see what they do.
Technically, I will say temper your expectations, but it really will be cool if it happens.
Yes.
But temper your expectations. Just expect a bare bones Sonic Generation with like improved graphics and frame rate, and then a shadow campaign to the side. That's a bare minimum to expect, and anything more than that would just be a bonus.
Yep, same. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've had to do. I think that's why I'm not gonna get into a big Sonic Superstar spill, but that's probably why I wasn't so upset about Sonic Superstars, because I just was not expecting much. And I still think I think it's fun to me. I can actually go back and play that game. But okay, the end of the game sucks, but all right. But anyways, SSD Pro in the chat says, wish Sonic Superstars had online. Me too, man. That should be like an update, but you gotta do Parsec, unfortunately, or you can do that stupid Fall Guys mode. Sonic Master, welcome to the chat. Sonic Master himself says, I agree, Shadow is different. He is. Also, I just got here, so my bad. You good? We're also recording this on YouTube, so if you want to go back, you can watch it on YouTube, because I know those are easier to check out VOD wise. That goes for anybody in here watching this live on Twitch. Thank you so much, by the way, for all the live viewers on YouTube and Twitch. Be sure to like the page. I know we make jokes about it when I actually have to do it. It's weird, but be sure to hit us with a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you want to see more podcasts, and comment below, so we can know your opinions on what we've been talking about so far too. But yes, yeah, I think this game's gonna be fun overall. And I can't wait to see when we get more information and more trailers. So, that aside, unless you had anything to say about that, I can go into the very, very last thing here.
Yeah, we're kind of low on time, so might as well jump to the final thing.
Okay. We're actually making pretty decent time though, because it's about to be an hour in a second. Actually, well, not in a second, so in like 10 minutes. So we're kind of like on our regular time slightly, but yes. But I was gonna say that apparently there's been some Switch 2 rumors again. I just roll my eyes whenever I hear about Switch 2 rumors, because it's just like, this has been burned so many times. Switch 2 is coming out this year, I swear. And it's like, it's not here. You lied. Sad. But no. Apparently I've heard from the grapevine that the Switch 2 is not gonna have an OLED screen. Apparently it's from a very reliable leaker. I forgot who it's called. I know, sorry for just saying things and not having sources. I can get those, but I was watching another podcast when I saw it, when they were talking about it actually. But yes, I think I was watching Game Explain, so you can check them out if you need to. Shout out to Game Explain. But yes, I was watching their podcast. They were talking about it. But I was gonna say that basically the Switch 2 allegedly isn't gonna have an OLED screen on launch. It's gonna have an LCD screen, and that's not necessarily a super terrible thing, only because for two reasons. One, that could mean that obviously they're trying to cut down on prices, so potentially the hardware inside the Switch could be pretty good, and they're just trying to cut down prices. That and LCD screens in recent years have actually been pretty decent. So we're talking about, like, of course the Switch LCD screen back in the day in 2017 isn't gonna look as good as a OLED screen from like a year or two ago, like a couple years ago. But yeah, because like I think that little PlayStation Portal has an LCD screen, and I heard some people say it's even better than the Switch screen. So, or just as good or even better. So I think we'll still get some good quality, and they're probably going to release an OLED version later just to get some more money. So but yeah, that, and apparently it's going to be 8 inches. So I don't know how long the current Switch screen is. Let me see, because I have a Note.
I think it's 6.6 or 6 something.
Wait a minute. So that means, wow, my phone. So I have a Galaxy Fold. My Fold is about as big as this thing, or bigger actually. My Fold is technically 7 inches, like when you open it. So it's bigger. I think it's bigger than my Switch screen. It is. Yeah, it's about the same size as my Switch. Wow, that's interesting. It's actually bigger technically, but anyways, yeah. So that's good. That could be good or bad, because that could affect the quote unquote portability of the Switch, but the Switch will probably still be a lot more portable than the Steam Deck as far as holding it goes and the bulkiness. I'm just hoping that they fix the Joy-Cons and stuff. But what did you think about that, DTFO?
I'm finding it more and more believable as time goes on. Only because like Nintendo is the type of company that would try to like save money, and also that they're not afraid of like downgrading if they have to. But yeah, if it's true that like modern LCD screens are as good as some OLED screens, and like, I'll accept it. The only thing I really want out of the system is for old games to like, them trying to modernize it in a way like the PlayStation 4 Pro or the PS5 with PS4 games, or the Xbox Series X with Xbox games. Like, make games run faster, make games load faster, and then just like bridge the gap a little bit more so they're not left in the dust as far as cross-platform games go. And like, so these cross-platform games don't look like absolute garbage, because I've been sacrificing the fidelity just to have portability, but I'd love to have a little bit of both, a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and most importantly, have backwards compatibility, not just for old games, but for accessories as well. Like, if you can sit the Switch 2 into your old docks, that would be like amazing.
Yes.
On its own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that I can put my OLED in my or OLED, whatever. I'm glad that I can put that in my old Switch dock. I like being able to do that.
Yeah. And the last thing is that I know there's some rumors of like, or hope that like they'll be able to bring in DS games, or maybe even Wii U games. And it would be cool if they could, like, if you own a Switch and then you have an OLED, or not OLED, or a Switch 2, that you can then like kind of use the old Switch as like the Wii U system, while the Switch 2 works as the dock, or vice versa. But I'm pretty certain we're going to be finding out information about it later this year. And the last thing that would be super duper cool that's not going to happen because people have been missing it is if they brought Street Pass back in some way, shape, or form.
Say that last part one more time.
If they could bring back not Switch Pass, Street Pass. Like, it's already a portable system. If it has the power capabilities, it'd be cool to like bring back that function from the 3DS where like you bring your system around, it connects with other systems, and you can do cool things once you share data with the systems, basically. But that's something that's probably not gonna happen. But it would be super cool if it did.
That'd be really cool. I'm hoping for whatchamacallit? What is that called? Dang it, I lost the train of thought. When you can backwards compatibility. Definitely hoping for that. Definitely hoping for some DS stuff. I want more reasons to use the touchscreen, so that'd be really nice too. If they integrate those things, maybe include a pin, maybe that'd be cool. They add a pin to it, a stylus or something, that'd be nice. But no, not make it where games have to use it, but just if we could use it to touch stuff on the main menu, that'd be nice, or even outside of on other games. But Sonic Master says, yup, that's the main thing I want as well. Actual process, performance upgrade, too much competition on the market shows it's possible. Yes, so many people on Switches would suck to abandon completely. And yes, last thing I'll say, because we're over time now and I actually got the call I was looking for. So I got to call them back. But I was gonna say that because like my phone, if you even got a Galaxy 21, we're in the 24 now. Our phones run games better than the Switch do right now, But understandably so, because this console's like a million years old now. So I'm hoping whatever comes out can go back. I hope that it can keep up to some extent where it's not too difficult and people aren't complaining about stuff, including myself. But with that being said, you guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this podcast. We managed to make it almost to an hour anyway, despite all of that. So next time we stream, it'll be much better. It won't be so tight. Some things happened today that I didn't expect. So, I had to kind of press for time a bit. But yeah, I really enjoy you guys. If you want to catch me, you can find me at SG_Loxus on YouTube, or you can catch me over on Twitch. I stream live on both simultaneously. So check me out there. And on Twitter, it's SG_Loxus as well. DT4, where can they find you?
But SpongeBob, why press for time when you can pause for effects?
Or you can press garden. All right, but no. Yes.
But yeah, you can find me at DTFO on Twitter.
Or you can press that like button and smash that notification bell. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can find me at DTFO on Twitter. Still haven't used it as much, but looking to get back into it more now that it's a new month, now that I'm caught up on stuff. And working on expanding my outreach elsewhere, but that's the main place for now. Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all take it easy. Much love, and you guys have an excellent rest of your day. Peace in the Middle East.
By law, because it is Black History Month, you must give Loxus extra gift subs, and my PayPal is, I'll work on that next week.
All right, well, and I'll be sure to post that, so give us your money. With that being said, y'all take it easy, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.
Bye.